What's going on, everybody? Stock Chuck here, up $4,404 in the first hour of trading. I finished the day up $11,853. So a really good day overall. If you're not aware and you're watching these videos and you're trying to learn day trading, at least learn my strategy of the strategies I use to make my living, I broadcast for free on Twitch every single day. If you don't know what Twitch is, it's just a broadcasting platform I use. You can come in, it's completely free. It will be free, it's completely free. Come on in, join the crew. It's just a really good group of people, a great community, a lot of people trying to learn, a lot of experienced traders, everybody's trying to help each other out, fun plays throughout the day, things that we could potentially trade. There's more trade ideas from the community than any one person could take. So it's a really good community. If you're also not aware, we also have a Discord. It's heavily populated. A lot of great traders in there as well. So link for both of those are in the description down below. So now let's get into the trades. All right, so let's go over a few trades real quick that I'm not going to show the live thing of, just because there was a big gap between when I bought and sold. It wasn't like a quick day trade. It was like buy and then wait for 10 minutes or something, or which I typically don't do, so that's why I'm not going over. But I'll go over the reasons why I bought this. So the first one was fuel cell. This one we looked at. It was a kind of a daily chart that we kind of liked, and you can kind of see you get these two peaks, 1, 2, and a breakout. What the heck? Oh, I see what it is. So we had this break of this descending resistance line, break through a nice candle yesterday, and then I just thought if you can break yesterday's high, which was like call it 850, you'd have an attempt to break this peak, which is 869. If you break that, you had a chance of taking a run at this guy up at 920. And it did all that today. It almost got to 920. It got to 905. So this morning on fuel cell, it sold off first, and the hard actually, if I would have paid attention, I would have seen support here. But anyway, entries in the morning can be difficult, and one of the things if it's a daily chart entry where I feel like it's going to go up, one of the I don't typically do this, and I'm hesitant to even go over it because I don't really use this strategy too often anymore. I find it pretty unreliable. You might get a decent pop off. It's just called an opening range breakout. So the stock market opened up, the stock opened up, put in a top here, it dropped down, put it in the bottom, and then the opening breakout says is whichever one breaks first, you're either your high or your low. Basically higher day or lower day. If it breaks the high, you go long. If it breaks the low, you go short. In this case, it went high. It broke the high. I went long. I took 4,000 shares at call it 855, right as it was breaking, and it got a nice jump, nice 10-cent jump. But with a daily chart set up like this, I kind of wanted to see if it could give it a little bit more. So I held it, and it wasn't until much later, like almost 20 minutes, 15 minutes later, I sold at just under $9. So it was like a 40-cent win on 4,000 shares. So it was a really nice win on 4,000 shares. And as you can see, moved on up. And I sold as I saw that it was struggling with the $9 level. And eventually it did break 9, but then it kind of just sold off. So it was a good trade. But again, I'm not going to go over it just because it didn't happen quick. It's not your typical day trade. The other one I took was this CERT. This is just a recent IPO. IPOs recently have been going stupid. I thought this one could be one of those potentially with all-time high breaking. In the morning, it was looking something like this, which is an ascending triangle, which is a pattern that typically breaks to the top side. And I thought it looked really good because we had a break to the downside here on this candle, and it did not sell off at all. And usually if you get a break at one of these, it's going to go. In this case, it did not break to the downside. So I was feeling really confident on it, and I went long 2,000 shares right at $40. I guess I went, let's see, 945. Yeah, back in here, I guess, is when I took it. Um, is it when I took it? No. Oh, yeah, I took it here. Right at 39 break. There's a high day break, sorry. I took this twice. I played this twice. For the high day break, it broke. I sold, let's see. I sold later on, where is this fill at basically 39.30, sorry, as it's coming back down. So got up to 40, there was a wall there, and then it started to sell off, and I knew that this thing had a potential to be a dumpster fire, so as it was coming down, I just sold for like a 30-cent win. And then later on, it came back up here to these levels. See, I bought back in here right at 39.98, 2,000 shares, and this is at 9.59, so let's find that one, right? So right here, this candle right here. And it did not break. And at the time, you know, there was a wall, there's like the 10,000 share wall sitting right there. And I was like, okay, well, if it breaks this, I mean, we really is just blue skies. And, you know, recently we've had WNW. I mean, look at this thing go stupid from $10 to $160. We've had OCG, if it'll load, $5 to $26. I mean, YGMZ, $3 forever, and then today $20. So JPW, you know, a range of $4 to $7 today breaks out $8.40. So we've Wish even. I mean, geez, the range on this thing. So we've had them today, VIRI, just straight to 17. So these recent IPOs have been insane. So I was kind of hoping that this one would get going. It did. It just ended up not doing. So what we had here, I'll zoom in again. So I'm looking at this level. I'm thinking if this 40 wall breaks, it's just blue skies above. So it gets up here, it doesn't go, comes back down. This 90 MA is offering support. It does break the 90 MA. It comes down, curls back up, does break that level here. And like I said, usually if it fails to break on one side, it will break to the top side or break the other way in a big fashion. So we have the failed break to the downside here. I'm feeling really good. I'm like, okay, it comes back to 40. Here we go. So it gets up to 40, and this happens. It does a false break to the top side. So it actually broke, and I didn't see it break, but apparently there was at least 100 lot that got filled at 40.05, because as soon as it broke 40, look at all that selling. 125,000 shares. So it was a false break to the top side. Now I have a false break to the bottom side, false break to the top side. It didn't do what I thought it was going to do, so that I need to get out at that point. So I did sell. Pretty sure I lost money on that. Yeah, I sold at 39, call it 39.68 average. So, you know, a decent loss. But as you can see, it did become a dumpster fire. So that would have been like a $2 loss had I stayed in it. So that is those trades. They took a little bit longer. I did have a swing trade I closed out. And now here we get to our first day trade of the day. So let me get to the time frame. 9:58. So right in here. Okay. You can kind of see it in the 5-minute. Okay. So what I'm looking for in here, this one had been strong in the morning, just in an uptrend. This is a 5-minute pop pullback candle over candle play. This is not a 1-minute play. It was a 5-minute play. So if you look at the 5-minute chart, you had this pop, you had a pullback candle, and you had candle over candle entry right here. Got a nice juiced up run. Okay. Well, then it did another pullback candle, and this is where I got in. I played it right here. I got in at, let's see, 1337. So right here, I got in 1337. all I was looking for the break of 50 cents. Nice resistance level. It should get a pop over that. It did. The problem is it happened like in a blink of an eye, went and came right back down. So as I saw that, I felt a little heavy. The moment I could get green and out, which is going to be a very small time frame at that point, if I feel like it's going to come back down, I took it. I got out at 1343, and I'll go ahead and roll that trade. QS, I got 2,000 shares, 38. Went to 59 that quick? Huh. Try to get filled over 53, but it was real quick. All right, this next trade is on Tesla. Shocker. So this one, this is a Tesla setting up on the daily chart, and it's setting up for kind of a nice breakout. I'd say, you know, the 655 level breaks, and you've got clear run to 680. You know, it just looks like it's ready to go. And the way we close today, maybe tomorrow is the day that it does that move. But what I was looking for here, or saw, is first off, it filled the gap out of the open, and then it came all the way up here, pulled back candle, candle over candle, broke through high day. So I'm getting a price explosion. And that's kind of what I'm looking for when I do my, my pop pullback candle over candle. I want an area of massive price explosion, then I want to pull back, and then I want candle over candle for an entry to continue that move. And a lot of times, one of the places you'll get price explosion is, or price action, you know, big movement, is a high day break. And that's simply all this was a high day break through here. And that brought in a big move. What is this, like $4 in 1 minute? You know, a nice move. You know, it's a nice move. And that continued up to, you know, 38 bucks. So like $8 move in 3 minutes. Okay, nice compared to what it's been doing, right? Like $1 a minute kind of range, and all of a sudden, poof. So this is what I'm looking for. A high day break that brings in volume. In this case, it was a nice rise in price. So what I'm looking for to play is the pullback, and that's happening in these two candles right here. So explosion, pop, pop, pop. The run is now over. We're not making any more new highs. So that now we're in the pullback phase. So this is pullback candle number one. This did not break this high, so this is another pullback candle. And I really don't care about the colors. It doesn't matter to me. Some people have asked me, does the colors matter? No, it does not. And maybe that's something I could look at in the future. If they're green candles, does the success rate go up? I don't know. I've never looked at that. But for the years I've been doing it, it hasn't really affected whether I take the trade or not. So anyway, pop, 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 pullback candle, and this is the candle we go candle over candle. Now, when you see it live, you'll be like, well, how's he taking this trade? He's not even looking at the chart. Well, I am. I have 3 monitors. Over here, actually, let's just pull it up on here so you can kind of see how I was watching it. Holy cow, what is going on here? All right, so this is the chart I have on my right side, and you can kind of see this is Discord as well. So I had the chart over here on the right side. So I was like staring at it, and right when I was about to do the candle over candle play, I had the buy, and then I flipped over to it on my main screen so I could watch. So pop, 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 pullback candle. As soon as we break the high, or it looks like it's about to break the high of the very last pullback candle, this is the last pullback candle, the most recent pullback candle, that's my buy spot. All right. I did this via calls because Tesla costs $637 a share. If I wanted to take 2,000 shares of that, what is it, like $1.2 million? No, I can't do that. If I wanted to take 4,000 shares, I could obviously do that. I just don't have enough. I just don't have enough money in the account. So anyway, I took the entry long, and it wasn't a typical Tesla breakout. It kind of shot up and then it came back down. Normally when Tesla's hot, it rips through this level, no problem. It finally got to my target, which is the high of the run, and it broke that, and that's where I took profit. So I got in 40 contracts, an average of, we'll call it 1455. All right, got the break that I was looking for, exited. We'll call it an average of 15.20. So really nice win to open up the green trades of the morning. So really happy with that one. Again, you know, Tesla tends to really rock it when it's hot, and this one kind of didn't. It kind of took a second, and that's why when it got up and broke this level, I immediately sold. I didn't hold. I didn't think it was going to go any higher. As you can kind of see, it kind of went sideways and down, and so when Tesla's hot, you know it. It really starts ripping. This didn't have that feel to it, and that just comes with, you know, having the pulse of a stock. There's Tesla doing the 1 minute play. Oh, don't tell me it's gonna get stuffed. There we go, high day, there it is. There she be, selling it all, cashing it in. Was a recent IPO, and like we talked about earlier, is these recent IPOs have been just going stupid. WNW today, nice, healthy $60 to $160 move. Nice and healthy, right? OCG. Did this thing gap up that high? Yep, sure did. Recent IPO. Went to 26 bucks, complete sell off. JUPW, nice little move today as well. They've just been going nuts, these recent IPOs, and especially if they were Chinese related, they've been going nutty. So at the time, I think it was OCG. Yeah, OCG was the one that was going kind of nutty. This went from $15 to $26. So this one was entering these halts for about 10 minutes at a time. When that was picking up steam, one that hit my scanner was this YGMZ. And I flipped to it, saw this recent IPO. I'm like, okay, I'm hopping in this thing. And I don't typically take this trade. This is kind of a more risky trade. There is no setup here. You're simply just jumping on the FOMO train. In this case, it was a little bit thought out, meaning I saw that the breakout really is happening at $5 and I'm getting in at $6.50. So worst case scenario, I lose $1.50 a share, which actually sounds horrible, but it's not like I could potentially lose $15 a share. Like, or in the case of, what was it? Yeah, this guy right here. WNW halted at 135, opened up at 115. Yeah, that sucked. I think it did it worse than that. Oh, yeah, this one. Halted at 144, opened at 80. Yeah. So I wasn't risking like that kind of move. Right? It's like, okay, maybe I'm going to get in the next recent IPO stock to just go to the moon. Maybe there's going to be a $15 run here. So I hop in, this thing opens up, I hop in, and when I get in, this thing just goes bloop, 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 like 3 times. And when I hop in these things, my stop loss is the area that it halted at before. So if it was going to break to the downside, that's my stop loss. So I jump in, I get filled at like 660, you know, right up in here in this area. And I'm really hoping for another halt going up. And I finally got that. But it was scaring the crap out of me. And I ended up selling half of them at 685 for profit. And just lowering my share size, lowering my risk. And finally, we did get that halt. Out of the halt, or right before the halt, this is where my boy Chemical Peel comes in, and he says, "The trains are crashing. The trains are crashing." And at first, I didn't know what the hell he meant, and then it clicked. Like 5 seconds later, I was like, "Oh, the big boys are falling apart." And you can kind of see that with OCG. OCG at the time was making these huge halts up, and then finally it halted coming down, and it just never stopped. I mean, just dumpster fire after that. So this is where having a community of traders is really helpful. So when YGMZ opened back up, I was not paying attention. I would have missed, Chemical Bill, I'm talking to you. I would have missed this. I would have missed this had it not been for you. So thank you. So as soon as it opened back up, I had a brief moment to exit. I exited 1,000 shares at 740. Nice fill, I guess. Whatever, nice win. And then the rest I exited at 674 for a smaller win as it was coming crashing down. And it did actually end up ripping later on, but the little gap down there was not fun. So that's the trade. I'll show the live one now. Ooh-wee. Still at half. Didn't halt though. Man, I don't like this one, man. It is way too all over the place. I mean, we just saw 60-cent moves 3 times in 1 minute. It's gonna push into a halt. Yeah. Still got half my position. RH from NXT. No, I don't. The trains are crashing. Watch your halt. Trains are crashing. What are you talking about? Oh, the big boys? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Out half. Oh, gosh. Out the rest. Whew. Whew. Chemical Peel. I'm going to kiss you. And it was giving me a nice area that if it broke, you could potentially break out of, like it did. Okay. Sometimes I will take an early entry if I see something. Right now we're in kind of a small downtrend. So what I'm looking for maybe for an early entry is when price does a drop, a bounce, a candle under candle fail, maybe another bounce, and then another candle under candle fail, meaning it doesn't continue the move down. And we had that right here. We actually had it twice. We had the drop, the bounce, the candle under candle, didn't do anything for shorts. It didn't continue the run. Sideways candle, another candle under candle, bounced right up. So when I saw that, I was going to take the next candle over candle, which happened right here, as a potential early entry for us to go challenge this diagonal that was created here. So I took that, and I immediately got out a minute later because it got candle over candle and then it came back down pretty hard. When I saw that it didn't do what I thought it'd do, I have to get out. That's just my rule of thumb. If it didn't do what I thought it was going to do when I entered in, and I thought I was going to maybe test this peak and ultimately the diagonal, it didn't do that. It just flushed hard, $1, I'm out. That was a you know, $1,000 loser right there in 1 minute. Minutes later, I got what I was looking for. This move breaking up to the top side here. I chased it. I very much chased it. I get in as it's breaking this diagonal, and it pauses right here. And I took 40 contracts. I got in basically 1355 average. So I'm green on it. It's just kind of hovering here. And again, like we're talking about, when Tesla's hot, it really goes and goes fast. And I didn't like that it was going to pause here, and I felt like it was going to be a false break. I played it safe after I just got my butt handed to me. I played it safe, and I exited for 1362 average. As soon as I hit the sell button, I got the move I was looking for. So here's the trade. Back in it. This little 1 minute candle over candle under candle fail. I'm gonna try it here to see if it can get back in here. But again, if we just do that and then candle under candle is when I'll stop out. This is not much of a move. And right back down. Yeah, that is absolute stopping out. Why are you doing that now? That's exactly what I wanted earlier. All right, so now I have the 5 minute candle over candle. Now I'm looking at this diagonal break. There's the diagonal break. At least I think it is. Now you need horizontals. It's like running into a wall here. Oh, as soon as I hit out, as soon as I get out, it breaks the floor. As soon as I hit the sell button. Oh, suck it. We break the 640. Holy moly, we broke it. 41. Now at half. That was just a little 1 minute play there. That's all that was. I think I just disconnected from Discord. Yeah. Oof. Did anyone else lose Discord besides me?